BarL, the biggest and most infamous prison in Scotland. And something funny is going to happen here. A small handful of prisoners will learn to become stand-up comics as part of their controversial rehabilitation process. In a few weeks, they will be put to the test, performing their own material in front of a room of hardened criminals, aiming to turn them from convicts into comedians is stand-up comic Bruce Morton. Today, Bruce is leaving behind the comfort of his usual comedy clubs for what could be his toughest audience yet. This is comedy with a serious purpose.
It's part of a kind of rehabilitation process, kind of designed to help people, I don't know, just relate to others in a different way, or to see the world in a way that they haven't looked at in quite a long time because they've been incarcerated. So there's that, and the other is, who knows, you might find tomorrow's comedy star inside these four walls.
In the late 80s, Bruce was the newest comedy star in the circuit and was one of the founders of a comedy collective that revitalised the live comedy scene in Scotland.
Thanks very much. It's nice to be here.
With a raft of prestigious awards and his own TV series behind him, he's often referred to as the godfather of Scottish stand-up.
Just recently I bought my own flat, okay? Crazy, I know, it'd be much better buying somebody else's.
Nearly 2/3 of prisoners in the UK suffer from personality disorders, and about 1/3 have been convicted of violent crimes. Bruce has no idea which inmates have volunteered for his workshop today, but he knows that if he doesn't win them over quickly, the programme will be finished before it's even begun.
I'm Bruce. First thing to say is this, is that some people get really nervous about doing this up here, you know, getting up behind the mic and talking and all that. It's called public speaking, and people are just not into it at all. But what we'll do is just show you some shortcuts and all that and get over that kind of nerve thing, and then when you do it, you'll find out it's absolutely brilliant. I try not to judge people when I'm going into that prison, you know, I try not to. I mean, of course, there's that part of your mind which is ticking over thinking, I wonder what he did, I wonder what he's in for. People said, can you make somebody that it's not funny? Funny? No. Can he? But how many is, just by a show of hands, is actually inclined, it's going to be scribbling away or putting things in their head and getting up and doing a bit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right, majority, right. Got boys, not sure. You got to get up, like, and plant yourself right behind the mic and just dominate it a wee bit. You're only going to be there for 2, 3 or 4 or 5 minutes of their time, right, of their life. What's the big deal? None at all, right? Start well, finish well, put the garbage stuff in the middle, bada boom, say it loud, say it fast, and fuck off. It's easy, right? It's much easier than you think. And it works, you know. Well, by and large it works. By and large it works. And there we are. Spent 20 minutes of that being sized up. Felt like a wee bit of a test for the first 15 minutes or so doing that. Hopefully most of them, if not all of them, will come back next week with some bits and pieces. I mean, I can actually get these boys up on their feet behind that microphone stand. But I got a decent feeling out of that group. Decent feeling. Yeah.
Since the age of 14, repeat offender Ryan Musto has spent more time behind bars than he has on the outside.
I was beaten as a kid and all that, really badly abused and that, locked up. When I come in for school, you just get beaten even if it wasn't my fault. And I just turned that age where I'd had enough. He just raised his hand too much to me one day and I snapped and stabbed him 14 times. Tried to kill him basically where he stood. And that was my stepdad, you know what I mean? And went up to court. And they were like, would you like to say anything before we pass sentence? I went, I wish he died the day I stabbed him. They said I should have been sectioned, but they didn't want to section me at that age, so they locked me up. My choice is to be a violent person. The only way to explain it, to be an animal.
It's week 2, and time for Bruce to see what comedy talent there is among the participants.
I'm going to ask Ryan to go up in a minute. And no, I might as well, Ryan, just go up, just rattle through some of my ideas we were just chatting about just now, right? Go up, say your name, do those bits, and let's hear it. What's Jim and Ryan on a mic?
Hi, my name's Ryan. I don't know if anybody else has done it, but sometimes you get a phone call from your pal to go out, have a drink. So you go out and have a drink. And in the darkness, all I heard was, "Oi, boys, come here, meet my friend." So we walked down, knocking about, going, "What friend are you on about here?" Walked down the road, there he was, going like that to car, "Can I have your digits, please?" That's all I've got.
All right, Ryan. All right.
You do actually sweat standing up there,
Because the first time that you drop something and it doesn't work, then you get the fear. And it's like, oh no, everybody hates me, man, oh God. And you can get into a real mental spiral. You can really start falling apart a wee bit in the head, and people pick it up. What you were much better at was just being on a mic, right? You were quite still, quite there, quite relaxed about it. You don't need to worry about a performance thing, you just need to think a bit more about making them stories come alive a wee bit. So a couple of jokes didn't work too well. Big deal, just make it better, and that's it, right?
Even at this early stage, the prospect of performing in front of the prison is too much for some of the inmates, and a few of them drop out. But those who remain are determined to carry on.
In it, you've got to entertain yourself somehow, and doing the comedy stuff, you can entertain yourself a lot easier because your mind works different. You're using bits of your mind you never used before.
You know what's great about it, about comedy at its best, is this. You realise that you're not alone in this fucked up world, because that guy or that woman just said something and you recognise it and you see how foolish we all are.
Duncan McTaggart still has 3 years of his life sentence to serve, but he's already preparing himself psychologically for the day he gets out, and the comedy workshops are part of his plan.
See, I've had problems with self-harming before, doing stuff like that, and I've done that all the time I was in the jail. I've not done it this time, so maybe, there, down there. So, even without actually being able to say, getting into the psychology and the ins and outs and all that, just the fact that I haven't done that, then obviously then it has made a difference in it.
Duncan was convicted of culpable homicide. One night, while he was burgling a house in order to pay for his drug habit, he was disturbed by the house owner. There was a scuffle, and Duncan killed the man.
It took a long time to come to terms with things, and I think what I need to realise now is you can't make up for something like that, taking somebody's life. The only thing you can do is ensure it doesn't happen again. I genuinely feel this is the best chance I've got. It's the last chance because of the age I'm 32, so if I don't make it this time, I don't think I ever will, so I think I'm on the last chance on.
Critics see the workshops as perks that convicted criminals don't deserve. But Bruce believes they have a part to play in giving the participants the mindset to break their reoffending cycles.
First of all, I'm not an apologist. I mean, if someone was to, commit a crime against me or my family or something, then I'd probably want to see them put away for a while. But I would like to think that when they come out, they're going to be a little less likely to do the same thing again.
Over the next 6 weeks, Bruce does everything he can to prepare the inmates for the big performance to come. but also to see the funny side of life.
Comics they're odd. They're kind of odd. Their heads, as Arnold Brown said, are at a slightly different angle. They see the world a little bit differently and they interpret it a little differently.
With the final gig only a week away, a nervous Duncan has so far refused to get up in front of the class to perform his material.
Hey, Duncan, you want to go? Next week? For sure. The clock's ticking here. The clock's ticking. I don't want to be like bad cop here, but you need to fucking get it sorted out now. You need to say, okay, can I come in here next week going like that? Well, I'm thinking of doing this. When I come up here next week, I want people to go like that, right, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I go, okay, right, fine.
Between workshops, Bruce continues to practice what he's preaching, with regular stand-up gigs. Tonight, he's in Paisley, 13 miles away from BarL Jan prison.
Thanks very much. Thank you. First thing you can say about a two-faced person, it takes less wool to knit them a balaclava.
I talk to the guys in the class when they do their bit at the gig, you know, when you get the first couple of laughs, you know, your quid's in and you get really enlivened by that, and it's like osmosis, you know, just the more energy you get back, the better it fires up your comedy engine.
I had to go to the doctor. I had a boil on my bum. It was getting big, it was like a radish, this bloody thing. It was painful, you know, most men on, oh jeez, I'd rather die than have the embarrassment. So 20 seconds later, I'm bent over the doctor's couch in his office like this, trousers and pants at the ankles. And the old fella's looking at me, he can't see the boil. He's like, where exactly is he? And I said to him, quite innocently, I said, well, it's on the left-hand side there, just next to the entrance. And he went, oh, yeah, I think you'll find Mr. Morton, but that's an exit.
At this point in time, if we've got 4 or 5 that are going to get up, I think 3 are going to swing. And by that I mean get up, relax, have a good time. And 2 may struggle a little bit, if I'm being perfectly candid. I'm concerned still that maybe they may get up behind the mic and just be so nervous that that will collapse their entire set, which can happen. So it's very, very important for them to get up and kind of dominate it within the first 30 or 40 seconds, at least physically, even without saying anything, at least to sort of stand there and dominate and say, this is my space, which is kind of what I did a little bit tonight.
Thanks for coming out tonight.
It's the final workshop, and only a few hours until the inmates have to be on stage for the final gig. But one of the participants is missing.
I think he won't come back.
Who, Duncan?
I think he's a bit nervous.
Kidding me on, man. He's a big bands up. No, you'll be fine. You will be fine. What is it?
So we're just waiting on Duncan.
Yeah.
Finally, Duncan overcomes his nerves and joins the class. But he's still the only one who hasn't performed his material in front of the others.
See if you're nervous.
Right. Well, the rest of them all went through their thing. It's all sounding good. We'll get these people to shut up and then just you get through your thing, right? Right, you off for dinner? Aye, put steam in, man.
It's awesome, guys. I'm talking about Tiger.
For me, the really big thing was there at the end when Big Duncan got up. And once he'd done that, and just before he left here, he said to me, he said, right, okay, that's really good. I'm glad I got that out of the way. I don't know Duncan's background, but I know he's got a head full of ideas, a head full of notions. And this will, I think, be a brand new step for him.
It's the evening, and the remaining workshop survivors head to the venue inside the prison.
I think I would go whoopee in a place for this. Nerves is okay, because why I'm saying this, nerves, that's the enemy of complacency, right? Nerves makes you think faster and quicker, all right? So nerves is okay, gives you a bit of adrenaline. I'm really chuffed. I think everyone's got their chops down. I think everyone's swinging just in them run-throughs that we did just now. And I guarantee you're going to have a really good time with this. Is there any questions? Any questions?
Still looking forward to it, Bruce.
Still looking forward to it.
Well, thanks enough for your help. It's appreciated.
We're all buzzing.
You're buzzing. Oh, you'll be buzzing after it as well. You get your chance in about 52 minutes, Duncan. All right. So, as we say in the comedy world, see you on the other side.
I'm going to get in the zone.
That's it, in the zone. All right. I'm going to just. I want to go up with Ryan and just have a quick run through with that. All right, lads. Let's say see you on the other side.
Feeling a lot better now than I did earlier on. See all day, feeling genuinely sick. See that way where it's hard to swallow and all that. I felt that way, but once I got to rehearsal, I feel a lot better now. I just want to be a guy that earns a living, has kids, goes to work, and I think this will help us get nearer to that. Sometimes you just feel kind of trapped in your own wee world, with taking drugs, stealing things, fighting.
They're as prepared as they're going to be with 20 minutes to go. They're all up for it, I think. They're fighting a little bit of nerves.
Every minute it's getting a bit more nervous, you know what I mean? Because I'm hoping people do laugh, but if they don't, you know what I mean?
Maybe one of the boys hasn't quite got his material straight, but there's nothing we can do about it at this point with, only 19 minutes or so to go. And I'm feeling a bit funny because you know, I'm going to do some 10 minutes at the start of this gig here. So this is generally a time when I'm trying to get my own sort of head together, and I feel myself kind of absorbing their nerves, their anxiety, like some sort of strange comedy sponge.
When you think about it, it's quite a big deal, isn't it? Going on stage in front of 100 people, especially prisoner, because it's the most unforgiving audience imaginable, isn't it?
You know, gotten to know these guys a little bit and invested some time and seen them work on the thing. Now I feel quite an attachment. I feel involved and I really want them to do well.
Welcome this evening to the Wee Comedy Club at the Big House. There we are. We've got up-team comics on here, right? Hold on a minute, move this to the road because often people get us mixed up.
The first graduates of the workshop take to the stage. And so far, the audience loves them.
We're going to take it in a boat, man, get a pie, get a wee bit of juice and all that, but let's hear some noise once again for the boys we saw.
With only 15 minutes to go before he's on stage, Ryan is still not sure of his routine. Bruce delivers some last, desperate tips.
What's your story about it? It's about
My pal falling in love with his own car.
A successful performance tonight could give Ryan the confidence to change his ways once he's released in 3 months' time.
Why couldn't it help someone like us? I reckon I will stay out this time because I've had enough. I'm 26, nearly 27. I've got to get on with my life and stop coming in there.
So let's get that noise going, that appreciation you give for other boys here as we get up on the stage for a few minutes here. Ryan Musto. Ryan!
Hello boys, are you having a good night? I went out one night, got pure mad with it, couldn't even remember it. Woke up in the morning, man, hugging a toilet. What kind of toilet is this? My pal was like to me, it's not the only one I know, there's one in the bathroom, you stole that one last night, went to court. And I'm thinking I'm getting a heavy sentence for this shit, you know what I mean? Stealing, fucking, all that kind of shit with the record I've got. Company's been quite lenient. He goes, I'll give you community service, 250 hours of cleaning fucking toilets, you know what I mean? I was like, oh great, not again, you know what I mean? That's really about it. Because we've had to cut a bit short because people are doing other stuff. But no, that's me, thanks very much.
Meanwhile, Duncan is sweating backstage. If he's thinking of play out now, it's too late. He's up next.
Give it a man, plenty of love and support for the man. Big Duncan and Tiger. Thank you.
Saw the governor earlier on, right? The only good thing I can see about the governor, right, is it's the only thing that brings cons and screws together. It's the only thing cons and screws have got in common is they both hate the governor.
See, last year when I was at court, it's so keen to December, right, man? The judge went like that. He says, listen, see, since it's Christmas and the season of goodwill, gonna be lenient. And give you a £250 fine. He says, well, since you think you're Santa Claus, you can fucking pay it.
I feel a wee bit high, a wee buzz, sweating and that, and it's getting a bit out of breath.
That's that too thing.
I'm glad I done it, because at one stage I didn't think I'd be able to, and I wasn't going, I was going to just leave it.
Yes, one more time for Duncan McTaggart there. So we're coming to the end of the proceedings here. I just want to say thanks to the various people that's organised it. Thanks for yourselves for coming out, it's generosity and spirit and all that. But most of all, some noise for all our boys we saw that got up tonight. Ian, Duncan, Ryan. Thanks very much. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Ryan may not have got the laughs that Duncan did, but it's a satisfied audience that returns to their cells tonight.
To sum that up, the word I'm going to use is happy and relieved. I'd taken on board some anxiety and nervousness on behalf of the lads, but I thought they all swung really well, and I was so pleased to see them get kind of picked up, energised, adrenalinised by it. Some of that, of course, has to do with relief when you get through it, and ultimately we've put on a good gig here.
Almost half of adults are reconvicted within 1 year of their release, while supporters of creative programmes like the comedy workshops believe they reduce this rate. Opinion is divided. Shortly after the gig, Barlinnie Prison appointed a new governor with his own way of running things, and the comedy courses have been discontinued. But did the stand-up graduates really benefit from their experiences?
I feel like I've got promise now, and I want to build on it, and I want to reach my potential.
And that's what that comedy course did for me. It made me change, made me believe in myself more than anything, and made me believe that other people believe in me.